last night during an ongoing feud with Pablo Torre. I didn't realize it got updated. You didn't even tell me
Yeah,
about
you got talked about a lot.
I didn't hear it. An elite group of analysts, experts, and people who eat cinnamon buns for lunch.
It's not me, America.
Just covered in slime.
It's not me. Tell them it's not me.
It was just a plate of slime. I'm like, what is that?
Tell them
It's my lunch.
Tell them
That's not a lunch.
Tell them it's not me.
It's not you.
Thank you.
You're eating supermarket sushi. Fought and toiled and burned the midnight oil to deliver the best segment in all of sports. It's an honor and it's a privilege. It's time for Nick's Tears.
Can I tell you something, KW?
What? Was that
Days
privileged information?
Not at all. No.
The sushi?
Far from it.
Oh.
Days like today, I'm always very thankful for the team that we have.
Sure.
Brew knows how I feel about him. Days like today, I'm really glad you're here. Because you add a level of levity and fun that I need on a day that is as emotionally tumultuous as this one. So thank you, KW, for that intro to Tears, because we will show you who's been eliminated. It is the same folks that have been eliminated the last few weeks, because no one has been facing elimination as of late. But as we head into the Week 15 Tiers, I will show you who's facing elimination this week. Go ahead.
This is unreal.
Wow.
This is
Wow.
This is a sad day for the show, really.
It's, yeah, for the show, for my kids' 529 plans, for,
You got into that?
well, this is running out of pots of money to pull from, for everyone involved.
But it's
If the Chiefs lose this week, their season's over.
Eek.
They'll have a little E next to them on the graphics, eliminated.
Ugh.
The Bengals, somehow, if the Bengals win out, they're super alive. They're 4-9, but if they win out, they're alive, but they have to win out. They're both facing elimination. Oh, how we yearn for the days of back-to-back conference championship games between these two once proud franchises. Really, one proud franchise and the Bengals. Quarterback quandary. So here's the deal. The quarterback quandary in Indianapolis is quite simple. We had a guy having a great year who tragically popped his Achilles. We had a third-string guy from Notre Dame who got hurt. Meanwhile, our top 5 pick, who was supposed to be our franchise guy, hit himself in the face with an exercise band before a game and broke his eye socket, so he can't play. So in walks 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. Oddly, the Colts quarterback situation, simpler than the Ravens.
True.
We have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
True.
Who seems to have mysterious nagging injuries but isn't listed as being injured and also can't play anymore. And we just had a 3-minute argument about whether he has been the 32nd or 30th worst quarterback in football over the last month.
What do the numbers
It's
say?
been bad.
There's a difference.
36 is what the numbers say. Either way, we're in a bad spot. Decade droughts. The last time the Pittsburgh Steelers won a playoff game was 12 months after the last time the Panthers won a playoff game. Which might sound bad for the Panthers, it's actually worse for the Steelers.
Yeah.
It's like, wait,
Absolutely.
that Cam Newton Super Bowl was only a year earlier than your last playoff win. So they're both trying to break it. They both could. I think one of them, the Steelers, are likely to make the playoffs. I don't think he's breaking their drought. Who do you want to be? Eagles or the Cowboys? And here's what I mean. And KW's going to hate this. Who would you rather be moving forward? Which franchise? Which franchise would you rather be right now at this moment in time? The Cowboys, who seem to have found their coach, who know they have their quarterback, who have the building blocks of star players, like it's either locked up or going to be locked up, or the Eagles, who best receiver we think is on the move, whose star running back seems to be, not a star running back anymore, who's we don't know if they have, we all assume, well, they're going to obviously change coordinators again, so it'll be 8 coordinators in 8 years, what it is for Jalen Hurts. Question about the quarterback, I'm just curious, moving
I would
forward.
still go with the Eagles.
Because of ownership.
And better management.
The GM's great.
Yep.
but it all of a sudden
Super Bowls.
no, but
every other year they get to the Super Bowl.
But it's moving forward. We know what the past has been. I just think it's closer than you'd think about who has a brighter outlook for next season. And I think for both of them for this season, we're not going.
It's a rough day.
That's the hottest take.
That's a hot one.
Brew, you're gonna like. You're
Hotter
gonna.
than your take.
Right.
Brew. I thought this was rude of Marshall, to be totally clear. Cute teams. The Bears and the Bucks felt like a real night.
Bears.
It felt like, yeah. So listen,
Wow.
right now, the committee feels both of these teams are in the same bucket. Expect them to be in the playoffs. Would be shocked if they make the Super Bowl. And I know that's how you feel. I obviously strenuously objected because I picked the Tampa Bay Bucks to go to the Super Bowl. But that's where they have them. Banged up but battling. Chargers, Lions, Niners. The title speaks for itself. These are three teams that have been fighting through it all year. The Lions, once again, are banged up on the defensive side of the ball, but also some offensive injuries. The Niners been ravaged by injury, and the Chargers, cluster injuries on the offensive line. Still tough out every single week. Potentially you're going to get, at least one of these teams makes the playoffs. Right now the odds are two of them do, and there's a chance all three do. Next, importance of charisma. And here's what I mean. Think about the PR difference these two teams get because of the charisma of one of their coaches versus the other. People watch D'Amico Ryans, they're like, I would go play football right now for that guy. He looks great, he's flexing, he's yelling at people, the team's playing great, they have 8 wins. Then people watch Liam Cohen, they just hear Duval in their head all the time.
It's a locker room videos are getting there.
Right, exactly. But people are like, we don't believe in the Jags. It's just, if you had D'Amico Ryans' look and personality, and you flipped them, people are like, man, that Jags team is tough. I think Jags team is tough. I also think Texans are tough. All right, now we're going to have themes the rest of the way. The most to gain, the Patriots and the Broncos. Gain a 1 seed, gain making a Super Bowl with your second-year quarterback. For Sean Payton, validating a preseason prophecy, if you will, for the Patriots, really, truly saying we are back where our fans believe we deserve to be. The most balance, the Seahawks and the Packers. Feel like they can run on you, they can throw on you, they can play good defense, they can turn you over, they're well coached. The most pressure, the Buffalo Bills. There is no team in football under more pressure to make a Super Bowl than Buffalo. If they wake up and the postseason does not have Patrick, Lamar, or Joe, and what's sitting between them is 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, maybe 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, and then a bunch of kids. And then at the top of the tiers, once again, coach, the most talent. It's just the best team in the league with, in my opinion, the second or third best coach in the league, the guy who's going to win MVP at quarterback, great receiver duo, underrated defense. Those are the Week 15 tiers.
I really don't like Kansas City sitting on the bottom of the tiers. I have a real problem with that.
Wow.
And
Wow, I put them in the bottom, you want them even lower.
Maybe I'm a Kansas City guy these days, but the fact that you're giving up on them at this point,
Not giving
Wow,
up on
what
them.
a turn.
it just feels wrong.
Hold on.
This
I'm
is
not giving up on
amazing.
them.
It feels like you've given up on them.
No.
Are the Chargers your lock of the week?
Hold on.
Like how could you possibly put them at the lowest? There's multiple teams that they're better than
better than the Ravens,
right
I
now,
hate to say it.
easily better than right now.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the USA
Colts
Today.
already.
You just listed,
No.
Yeah, beat
just
the Colts.
because and without any real thought to it. But I thought this was about where the team stood in terms of the quality of the team. And I know they didn't play well last week, and I
It's
know
not
they've had
about
their
that.
challenges. But the fact that you've abandoned them,
Okay, how dare you.
everybody
That's
in Kansas,
unbelievable.
like
Coach,
I'm stunned.
I
Don't-
really struggled
You guys
when
are
I
gonna
saw
really
this,
make me mad.
and I think everybody in Kansas City should just
No.
be a little bit upset.
No, because here's the
That-
thing. Are you
am-
done with this
He did
nonsense?
it to the
Dumbfounded.
Prince.
I didn't do it to
Yeah,
stop
Prince.
it. I don't.
He had a
if you
banner
guys-
getting rid of
Hold
Caleb.
on.
Have a bad
Caleb,
year.
take control of the show.
It's a good. I think he's trying to support you.
Listen.
I'm disappointed.
I am not
feel
going to
you,
stand
Coach.
for this, and I need to explain a few things. first of all, what I could remind you is it's not just my opinion, it's a committee. Second of all, but that's not the point. Because the point is this. The facing elimination tier has nothing to do with how good you are as a team at this point in the season. It is a binary question. If you lose this week, is your season over? If the answer to that question is yes, no matter how good I think your team is, you are facing elimination.
Well, you don't need to be on the bottom.
What do you mean?
Couldn't that be
Facing
like a few
elimination
levels up?
is,
Yeah, definitely.
again,
And I guess I thought you would have more confidence in the Chiefs to realize that they're not going to lose this week.
that is not.
So there's no chance they could be facing elimination
Again,
because they're going to
I'm
win the
with
game.
you, Coach.
That's not.
That's how I would-
They probably
that
still
is-
face
What
it.
is this?
That's
now,
how I would
guys,
think.
this is not. That's not how it works.
That's how I felt when I saw it. I wanted to be in that
If you
band.
lose and your season's over, you're facing elimination.
Yeah,
Facing
they're not gonna
elimination, oddly, until at least week 16 has to be at the bottom of the tiers, and then later
new
it can
rule.
be higher.
You know
No,
what?
it's not-
I didn't know
Nick,
check the
I didn't know
bylaws.
that.
Whatever helps you.
You know what, Coach? That was embarrassing.
It
Go
was.
ahead.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Let me see because I'm going by where they're ranked. I'm not going by the names.
I know,
And
you
Marshall
always say
always
that.
does a great job with the names. But I'm putting Green Bay next to the Bills. Move them up one level. The pack is back, baby. The pack is hot. All right. Christian Watson has given them a spark. He's a deep threat. We know he's a speedster. He's opened things up. And Jaden Reed is playing well. Another receiver back. Remember, we forgot they had their receivers out. The backup tight end, is it Musgrave?
Yeah,
Luke Musgrave is
Musgrave.
playing. Remember, he was supposed to be better than Tucker Kraft.
Right.
And he's actually starting to play pretty well, so they're not missing Kraft quite as much. Coach, you'll love this. Ever since the receivers got back, Josh Jacobs in the run game has gotten back. The last 3 games, well, let me put it this way. The first 9 games, Josh Jacobs averaged 3.7 yards a carry. The last 3, 4.8 yards a carry.
Ooh, that's
all right,
nice.
significant difference. We know what the defense is. J-Lo is playing so well, Nick. He's actually moved into the top 5 on some MVP ballots.
Has he?
Yeah. J-Lo. Yes,
Wow.
he has. So the pack, you got to move them up. And I do have a bonus take.
Oh.
If we can see the whole,
No, this
the
is
whole
a
tier.
bonus.
Just a quick bonus take.
Going your time.
I got to be honest,
KW, we got plenty of time.
Nick.
But then he starts digging in on like.
No, quickly. I don't even think. Let me put this. I'm not sure Tampa Bay's even cute anymore.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I like
I don't
this.
think
This
they're
actually
cute
is right.
anymore. I look, they've lost 4 or 5.
Thank you,
They
bro.
just lost to the 3-win Saints.
Exactly.
They got to drop.
Perfect.
Can I'm going to
I'm sorry
respond
for
to your initial
questioning that.
point before we get to Wilds, who at 4:15's like, you got to wrap it up, Bruce.
No.
You must have a lot.
Brew,
listen.
Brew's not afraid of going through the whole tiers.
No, Brew, you do whatever you want, buddy. You're the elder statesman of the show. I think your Green Bay take was a sneak diss, maybe unintentionally, to Seattle.
Well, I
Like,
think they're better than Seattle.
So I have no evidence they're better than Seattle.
Well, I know you trust their quarterback. As much as you have your questions about Love,
Jordan
you got
Love in the
more about
playoffs last
Darnold.
year was as bad as Darnold in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but Darnold, we haven't seen him play a great game.
No, we've seen
in a big moment.
we've seen Jordan Love play 3 playoff games. One was awful, one he threw a horrific game-losing pick but was otherwise okay, and one he was great. Darnold, we've seen him play 1 playoff game, he was awful. So the sample's not massive, but you're right. I just think Seattle's defense might be as good as Green Bay's. You're talking about the Green
They're
Bay's
in the same
receivers.
class.
They're not Jackson Smith and Jigba, and I really do like Seattle's coach. I just think Seattle, it's one of the rare cases of, I actually think them being in the Pacific Northwest has made it to where they have not gotten as much attention as the team's quality deserves.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you agree with me?
100%.
All right, go ahead. What's your take?
Same time zone as Southern California, though.
I know, but it's
And I
weird.
don't go to the game.
Yeah, I know, but it is how I feel, though.
Probably right. This is the rare change to the tiers that I will go 3 for 3 on. That you guys are going to be like, you know what? You all are going to agree with this. Don't cheat off my paper. Thank you. The Panthers.
Oh.
clawing their way to the top.
Oh.
At the
I do
end, and
agree.
this dovetails
I do agree.
with Bruce.
Oh, that's why you liked his Bucks
Yes.
take.
Yes. First of all, Bryce Young. Everyone's like, probably a bust. Then he had is Bryce Young good?
No.
And then Bryce Young was benched, and they're like, is Bryce Young good again? Then he didn't play well, and then he's back like, is Bryce Young pretty good?
No.
Last 15 games,
Pretty good.
been pretty good.
Number's not bad.
He's been pretty good. Let's look at the last 5 games. Dig in a little bit more. Bucks versus Panthers. Hello. Bucks are 1-4. Panthers are 3-2.
Bucks defense has really let down Baker. Opponent's points per game 30.
It's not great.
Disastrous.
Not great. And finally, this is the one that the coach loves. Top 2 teams, according to Brew, are the Packers and the Rams, because now you moved up.
Yes.
Bryce beat both of those teams. So at a certain point, if you can beat the Rams and you can beat the Packers, you've got to think like, and maybe coach, now they're, nobody will overlook them because they already had, 2 big wins. But I feel like if you beat the top 2 teams or 2 of the top 3 teams,
Sure.
you should move up a little bit.
So, listen, you make a compelling argument, and we are going to get to see in real time whether or not you're right, because I think very fortunately, Bucks, Panthers haven't played each other
Right.
yet. So we get them twice in the final month of the year. So we're going to see them in their current state. Now, that could be good or bad for Tampa. Bad in that they're not playing their best ball. Good in that Bucky Irving finally back. Mike Evans now coming back. It's going to be hard for him to keep that 1,000-yard streak alive. And, you would hope they get Tristan Wirfs back.
Yep.
Carolina coming off a bye, so they're as fresh as can be.
Got the Saints, that's a W.
Yeah, I would. I
They
again.
lost to the Saints
Yeah,
last
Tampa.
time.
And at
only
the
time they're
Saints is,
favorites.
at the Saints is not just
Yeah.
a guaranteed W. I would, right now, I believe, so Carolina is 7-6, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, both 7.
I think Carolina is going to finish at 8-9. So I think they're going to go 1-3 down the stretch. I think Tampa will beat them both of their games, but we'll see. So we'll see.
Way to be negative.
Listen, I think you overstated the corner Bryce has turned. But we'll see.
I need him in the playoffs, so the
I love
Patriots
their
could
Wilds.
beat a playoff team too.
It's good, wow. Impressive.
Smashed the Panthers early on.
Oh, this is again.
What?
Dude, did the folks at EEI reach out to you yet?
No, not yet.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.